They went so all in. They needed this to be true because this was 18 months of narrative. This explained everything. They needed it to be true. So they banked their entire credibility. They went all in. So they keep investigating because they know it has to be there. And the only things they're turning up are all the things the other side did. How many investigations have there been on Uranium One? Bills speaking, all of these, incredible coincidences, that we keep hearing about and reading about. So what's been great about, despite, millions in legal fees, thousands of wasted hours, all this stuff that we've had to put up with, what's been great is the only thing they've discovered is what they were actually doing. And it's, there's a great element, little vengeful perhaps, but, there's a great element. I go home and I just sit there and watch this stuff and I'm laughing about it because all they had to do was accept the results. They could have moved on, but now you're actually uncovering what appear to be some pretty serious plots that would never fly in this country before the prior administration essentially, seemingly, weaponized the FBI and the DOJ against the duly elected president of this country. If that happened in other parts of the world, third world nations, we'd be shocked. But it's happening here. And, I really hope we get to the bottom of it fast.
So there's this blogger, Daniel Greenfield, Sultan Kanish, who explains the two sets of rules that America is going through right now for our side and the other side. And he says guns are how a civil war ends, politics is how it starts. And he says we're in a civil war and the left doesn't want to secede, it wants to rule. And he talks about how the left decides which authority based on where they have power. So Republicans win a presidential election and it's not legitimate and it's to be resisted. It rejects the judicial authority when its decisions don't accord with its agenda. It rejects the legislative authority when it's not controlling the outcome. Under Obama, they were for total executive authority. Now the left is for states determining whether they're going to decide on what laws to present. So what do you think of this idea that we're in a civil war that this guy is talking about?
I think there certainly is. There's an attack on free speech. There's an attack on the Second Amendment. These are basic tenets of our Constitution. We've seen it where, the other majority party is taking illegal aliens, people who don't belong in this country, legally, how we feel emotionally or not is not so relevant, but they're taking that stance over the men and women of our military, over children's insurance, over American citizens, and that's who they're choosing to back. The double standard is insane. I said it earlier. It's do as I say, not as I do, it's easier to get away with that when you have a media that's totally complicit in there. If you had a media that was 50-50, fine, I can understand. You're going to take a side, but when you have a media that's 95-5. In favor of their agenda, you can do all of these things.